From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Jenkins, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 Podcast for Tuesday, February 13th. We begin with I-Team 8 and the trial of Elias Dorsey, the man accused of murdering IMPD officer Breann Leath. Testimony will resume this morning in Marion County after he appeared yesterday. The jury heard from Officer Leath's mom and two officers who were there when Leath died. During opening arguments, Dorsey's defense team told the jury they intend to prove he is innocent by reason of insanity. But prosecutors argue Dorsey had used marijuana in the past and that he knew what he was doing.
8 gunshots fired by the defendant and his Kel-Tec high-powered semi-automatic pistol. 8 gunshots that sliced right through that door, right through those walls, and right into Officer Breann Leath's head.
But no one announces that they're police. And right after they knock, he shoots through that closed door to kill those assassins that are coming to kill him. Unfortunately, Breann Leath was coming to help him.
The judge warned the jury that the trial could last until the middle of next week. We now know the name of the man killed in a motorcycle crash in Tippacanoe County. The coroner's office says Nathaniel Draper died Sunday afternoon. Deputies say the wreck happened around 3 on Jackson Highway as Draper tried to turn onto County Road 350. Investigators say he was not wearing a helmet and was ejected from the motorcycle. First responders found him lying in a wooded area near the road. He died at the scene. When it comes to the weather, it is a clear, chilly day out. Marcus Bailey has your News 8 Daily 8 forecast.
Just a few degrees cooler. We actually bottomed out around 31 yesterday morning, so we're not too far off the mark, but you may notice the difference. Winds are out of the west at around 7 miles per hour. Chills right now are into the low 20s. 25 in Lafayette, 28 in Kokomo and Fort Wayne, 29 in Muncie, 32 Bloomington and Columbus, and 27 in Richmond so far this morning. Low pressure off to the north and east. Washington, New York, Boston, they're going to be dealing with some heavy snow. That's a system that just missed us to the south. Locally here, we are quiet. We have a cold front moving through that may crank the wind machine up just a little bit. All right, we'll call it slightly breezy later this afternoon. Noticeable, but not overly problematic for you. And again, very nice temperatures for this time of year. 37 at 10 o'clock, 44 at noon. I'm going to go with a high of 47 degrees later on today, and it should be abundant sunshine as we go into the second half of the day, really for a vast majority of the day. We're running anywhere between 5 to 10 degrees above average for this time of year. I think we're going to carry over some quiet conditions and maybe even some milder temperatures for your Wednesday. It does look a little more active late week with some rain, possibly some rain snow chances here before we head into the busy All-Star weekend.
Chris Bailey is now IMPD's chief of police. He took over yesterday after serving as interim chief. Mayor Hogsett says Bailey has the experience and the passion for the job. News 8's Phil Sanchez explains why the new chief has the community's support.
I, Christopher Bailey,
do solemnly swear and affirm.
do solemnly swear and affirm.
With
those words, Christopher Bailey became the new chief of police for the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department. His wife pinned his new badge on his chest. The rest of his family standing by.
I am proud to be raising my city in this, my family in this city, the city that raised me. This vibrant city, my city, our city, Indianapolis.
Bailey has served as interim chief since late December when Randall Taylor stepped down. Bailey had told Mayor Joe Hogsett at the time that he didn't want to be considered for the position full-time because he wanted to make sure that he was there for his family. He changed his mind after a talk with his 15-year-old daughter.
Wise beyond her years, she reminded me that the best way I can show up for her as a parent is to show up for my whole community.
Bailey says he knows what the job entails.
I am fully aware that assuming the role of chief carries even greater responsibilities and expectations compared to my previous position as assistant chief.
Bailey also says that he would not have taken the job without the support of his entire family.
Their blessings were pivotal, reinforcing my commitment to lead this department with compassion, courage, and transparency.
Bailey has been with IMPD for 25 years. He was raised right here in Indianapolis, went to IPS, and graduated from George Washington High School.
I love this city. This is my home, and there is no place that I'd rather be.
I'm Phil Sanchez for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
Pacers watch. The blue and gold felt the sting of defeat in North Carolina last night, but things were off to a good start. Miles Turner picked up right where he left off in New York after a perfect night of shooting. He led the team scoring with 23 points last night. But the Hornets were able to fly away with the game before the clock hit 0. They beat the Pacers 111-102. Head coach Rick Carlisle says the team did not have enough urgency.
We didn't play with the kind of urgency from start to finish that we needed to have. As simple as that. And you know, we talked a lot about their trade, how they played 2 nights ago. They're clearly a team that's energized, and you know we needed to match that, and we didn't.
The Pacers have one more game before the All-Star break. They travel to Toronto and will face the Raptors tomorrow night. Speaking of All-Star break, we are just a few days away from the NBA All-Star weekend in downtown Indianapolis. City leaders expect around 100,000 fans to be there. For restaurants and bars, that means all hands on deck. Agave and Rye is just one of the many places preparing for a ton of people. The restaurant is only a few steps away from Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The staff says they're preparing now to make sure everything runs smoothly. But ready or not, they know the rush is on.
I'm excited for it, honestly. I think regardless if we're ready for it or not, it's happening, and I think we can make the best out of it in the situation right now. Like, you know, it's going to be a great time. Going to be a lot of new people in town.
The restaurant has also ramped up onboarding and training for new employees to help get staff ready for the surge. Safety is top of mind this weekend. The city has launched a new text service for public safety, and more officers will be out patrolling amid all the festivities. Mayor Joe Hogsett made the announcement yesterday. He says fans can text NBA All-Star 2024 to 67283 to get public safety messages. IMPD also says all 6 police districts will be fully staffed this weekend. The department is not letting officers take time off, and the Real-Time Crime Center will be active. Hogsett says the city is prepared to welcome the world.
Our city will do everything it must. Everything it does better than any other city does. And that is play host to the world.
Police are asking people not to fly drones downtown this weekend. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 podcast. I'm Jeremy Jenkins for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.